Mega Creatures is on now, and joining us is expert paleontologist and Mega Creatures ambassador Sally Hurst to tell us more. Hey, Sally.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, well, thank you for coming in today. Most of us, of course, grew up loving dinosaurs. My kids are right in that zone right now. When did you decide, though, that this isn't just a childhood obsession? This is a lifelong thing for you?
Look, it really took me a while. I was definitely a dinosaur kid when I was younger, but then kind of phased out of it like many kids do, and it wasn't until year 10 when I had to do my work experience somewhere, and I was able to do it at the National Dinosaur Museum in Canberra. After working there for several years, I decided maybe this can be a real job, so moved up to Sydney to study paleontology.
Awesome.
I mean, that is so great to study paleontology. It feels like a movie, you know.
Absolutely.
When you're so tell us about the benefit this is for kids, for being so hands-on and getting in the dirt, and how it encourages them with sciences.
So I think a lot of people have seen movies like Jurassic Park, and it's very much a thing that happens in movies. It's not really a real job you can have. So I get to go into schools with my box of fossils that I bring everywhere and give kids a real interaction with the fossils that they could potentially uncover somewhere in Australia. And so for things like Mega Creatures, where they have a find a fossil area, they'll get an opportunity to see what it's like to go out into the field and dig up their own fossil.
Cool. So what else can you do at Mega Creatures, and how does it make science approachable for little kids?
Again, for the main thing, it's getting them outdoors and getting them face to face with these enormous installations of these dinosaurs. There's not many other places where you can go and meet a T-Rex that's almost life-size and get photos with it and just be inspired by how amazing these animals would have been. And whether that encourages someone to go into science or paleontology, or it makes them realise how amazing our fauna and animals that we have nowadays are, any of that's going to be a win for us.
Well, we want to ask you a little bit about that, because obviously the last couple of weeks the big news has been these scientists that have Jurassic Parked their way into the dire wolves and brought that back in. So as a paleontologist, is this exciting or does this worry you?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I think in dinosaur terms, this would be the equivalent of manipulating the genes of a chicken to give it teeth and a longer tail.
Right.
So while it might...
But the mammoth is next, they're saying.
Well, maybe, but again, I think it's giving an elephant that we already have a bit more hair, making it look like an ancient species, but it hasn't actually brought that back from extinction. For dinosaurs as well, the DNA has definitely disintegrated. Anything over a few tens of thousands years old generally doesn't have DNA to preserve, so Jurassic Park is a little bit far off, but as we've seen from those movies, that might be a good thing.
What about how they're depicted in movies like Jurassic Park? Is that
Scarlett Johansson.
Is that accurate at all in your expert opinion?
Some of it, yes, absolutely. They've done a really good job on just bringing these creatures to life and making them feel like real animals. For some of them, though, there's definitely a few misconceptions. Velociraptor was nowhere near as big as you see in the movies.
Okay.
A T-Rex could definitely see you if you were moving around, otherwise it would crash into trees all day long. But that movie has been amazing at inspiring generations of people to be interested in dinosaurs.
Sally, what about you, though? I mean, you've been doing this now, you graduated, you're a paleontologist. Have you discovered bones and been like, oh my God, this is the best?
Oh, absolutely.
Is there still bones to discover?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. So in 2024, we discovered over 40 new species of dinosaur.
Oh my God.
So they are still eroding out of the ground.
Where did you find them?
So I get to go on fieldwork in Canada quite a lot. They have some of the richest dinosaur bone beds in the world with very famous species like tyrannosaurs and triceratops. But right here in Australia, we also have dinosaur hotspots. We have Lightning Ridge in New South Wales, Winton in Queensland, and most recently I was able to go down to Victoria with Dinosaur Dreaming to discover lots of small herbivorous dinosaurs that were alive when Australia was still connected to Antarctica.
Incredible. Oh, I reckon you are inspiring another generation of paleontologists with the work you do. What would you say to any kids watching this morning who want to do what you do when they grow up?
Just go and do it. There is so much room in this field for new people. Science is so incredible and it's applicable to so many things. So whether you start with dinosaurs or you start with science more generally, there is a place for you here, and we want you to come and study with us.
We love the fact you also got ink done as well. So are we going to look, is this what we're going to find when we go to Mega Creatures, stuff like this?
I don't think you're allowed to touch
Am I allowed to touch that?
That's a replica, you can touch that.
That's a replica, see?
So that's from an Australian dinosaur which had these huge claws on its hands. So for mega creatures, you will absolutely see some of these massive dinosaurs that have these really big weapons like that.
What was the Aussie dino called?
So that one we think is a mega raptor.
Back off ya.
Back off, yeah.
Back off ya.
So definitely a really dangerous theropod or meat eater, and we may have been on the menu if they were alive still today.
Right.
Fascinating. Well, thank
So
you so
good.
much for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Amazing, thank you for having me.
Fascinating to learn about what you do. Mega Creatures is open now until May 4, and for tickets and more information, you can head to the website on your screen. Still to come on Today Extra this morning, the world's oldest astronaut celebrates a milestone birthday in style.